Quite a surprise to all of us in the NBA that this was what happened. I guess it's looking back on it. When you look back at what Wade did prior to during the process of free agency, some of the statements he made in Chicago and some of the things, it's no surprise when you look backwards at it. I think a lot of people have taken shots at Miami because of it, but I think it's all fair game. Players can go out and recruit, general managers and coaches can't. But, they did a great job of recruiting these players. These players obviously wanted to collude together and do this. It's going to make for a very exciting season, I think, and it's going to be something that players and people are going to look forward to seeing on the floor, seeing the production out of this. It'll set up a whole precedence of things that'll be in the future, I'm sure. Pat has gotten his caught in these situations before with Howard, 10 years ago, and lost that free agency. He's always been one that's kind of pushed the envelope on these things, and I think it's a very unique. It shows his prowess, and he's collected a great group of guys together. I guess the proof is going to be in the pudding in this one. I don't think so. From the date that we really anticipated he would have his surgery, he lost 10 days. 18th is what we talked about in our exit meeting. I think he had the surgery on the 28th. I mean, those 10 days, may mean 3 games, 4 games perhaps at some level here in the season. But this is something that we didn't anticipate this type of repair that was going to be done to his knee, and so we had a different little timetable going on. It's partially Andrew's situation. He could have been here early, and there's part ours that we could have said, hey, let's get it done before you leave.
So it was the team and together came up with the date of that.
Well, we talked to him about it, and he had that. We agreed with him that was okay. You know what I mean? It wasn't that we came up with a date. He's got a doctor that's in New York, and that was a surgeon that was going to do his work. So it wasn't like we colluded and got together and said, okay, this is the date you're going to do it. But he came in and said, what date do you have planned? And this is the date he had planned. But it got pushed back 10 days, I think, is what happened.
Well, I think your season ended something like June 18th. So
17th, 18th, something like that.
So in
Yeah.
other words,
There's a month.
That was already
Yeah, Andrew had some things in mind. He wanted to go to the World Cup in South Africa. We encouraged him to go there. I mean, it's something that after a 8-month season, it's kind of fun for these guys to get out, and this is a great occasion. A lot of our players, I think, had an opportunity to go, and some took advantage of it. So that was great.
You look at the third season of your 3 years, the two in Chicago and the one in LA. Are there any trends or challenges that you think can apply to years after?
Well, those 2 years, we lost more games than we had the previous 2 seasons. The year even here in LA, we lost more games than we did in the 2 previous seasons. So that's something I hope isn't a bear of this news of this season. I think we want to go out and we want to do what we did last year and finish in first place. I think that's important to teams. That we can win in the playoffs on the road, I think we've shown that. But that's not what you think about. You think about putting the right steps forward, all season long. It begins at the start of the season, and the final, cap is winning a championship on, doing the right thing and being in the right place.
Can you talk about the bench and how it's potentially been improved?
Well, we hope to improve every year. We felt like last year our bench hit a soft spot sometime in middle of the season. We had some things that didn't gel quite the way we wanted to go. We felt like this year we would need to have a little better support. With Luke being injured last year and only playing in a certain amount of games, 20-some games, You know, it felt like it really hurt the bench chemistry. So, you know, we hopefully backed up, you know, that position in case, you know, Luke has any injuries that prevent him from participating with, you know, Matt Barnes. You know, we like the fact that Steve Blake was available, and we think that his speed, his leadership on the floor, his ability to get the ball up and down the court will help us in that position. You know, the young guys we have coming in as rookies, we know they're going to be learners. You know, that's what they're going to do. And Theo Ratliff is you know, he's one of these players that's been around the league. He knows the league. He knows the personnel. He knows how to act in this game. You know, we hope that he can sustain the effort during Andrew's, you know, period, perhaps away from the team, to, you know, back up Powell sufficiently. And if he doesn't, then we're going to have to find, you know, one of our rookies' character or somebody to play that role and give us some big minutes, perhaps, at that position.
How do you see working Barnes and Ron and Minnesota playing together sometimes?
That'll work itself out, I think. I haven't envisioned it yet because I don't know how he's going to play, or, you know, how he's going to fit in as our team. You know, maybe he'll play a little two guard and, you know, on the defensive end, and, you know, play small forward in the offensive end, and, you know, Lamar will take that position as a guard, and, you know, we'll get that kind of accomplished. I'm not sure he's got top of the floor skills yet as a guard, but we hope he can play some 2 and 3 position for us.
Mr. Mark, then, the World Championships, how do you know that his minutes, how do you think that's going to affect him at all?
It should. He's had 2 weeks off. He's deconditioning as we go, and still, he's in the best condition he's probably ever come into camp in since he's been a kid. So we're looking forward to seeing him. You know, we'll obviously, you know, nurture him a little bit. You know, we tried to do that with Powell last year, and you know, DJ Mbenga, you know, got injured in camp, or came to camp injured, and, you know, Powell had to take on a bigger role, and it ended up, you know, costing us some games. It cost us 11 games. He was out with a hamstring early in the season, so we'll prevent anything that could be just done from wear and tear.
So was that, are you pleased with having Powell take the summer off, and how could that impact the split of the season?
You know, every time I got someone set me on a link or something, you know, his Powell was jumping over kids in India. He was, I don't know, was he ambassador for the world? I mean, he was Mr. Peace. You know, he should start the Palestine-Israeli, you know, peace talks. I don't know. Powell is everywhere, it seemed like, this summer. So, you know, hopefully he has been rested and he's ready to play.
Phil, did you have those feelings when the end of your Chicago run started that season without Scott Pippen in January?
Yeah.
Do you have any similar feelings about this?
Yes, I mean, you know, there's a little bit about, you know, the push of over 100 games for the last 3 seasons. So there's a lot of games that go down in a championship run, and this is, you know, 3 successive years that we've had that. So, you know that players are going to be a little bit more tired, not physically, but maybe mentally, from basketball, and not the duration of time off. And physically, some things happen as a result, you know, as you go along. So, you know, we just have to be really, you know, concerned about, you know, keeping it going and keeping that energy going, and, you know, backing up the guys that, you know, like Fish and Kobe and guys that played those minutes.
Given what you just talked about, is it any surprise to you that Kobe had the issues that he had?
No.
What do you expect to see or hoping to see from Ron now a year under his belt this season?
Well, I hope he's got time to go to lunch with me sometime in the next week or 2 and talk about basketball, because it's back to basketball now. And we just anticipate he's going to be much more comfortable playing in what we do in our system. And, you know, it took Ron a long time to kind of feel like he knew what was going on the floor and comfortable offensively and could function the way we want him to function. But you know, he'll be on board, I think, right from the start. He's excited about it. He loves basketball. He's here in the gym all the time. He's a basketball gym rat. So, you know, I know getting him up to speed is not going to be a problem.